And senior litigation counsel at the new Civil Liberties Alliance says the State Department's Global Engagement Center is using taxpayer funds to shut down conservative news outlets. Here's One America's John Hines with more from Washington.
Your State Department, which may only address foreign affairs, has been secretly scheming with and funding private companies to create blacklists of conservative media outlets to defund and silence speech with which it disagrees. Not my words there. That is a quote from Peggy Little, senior litigation counsel at the new Civil Liberties Alliance, which, along with the state of Texas, is suing the U.S. State Department, saying it is acting to silence First Amendment protected speech by conservative media outlets. Peggy Little, how is this related to the State Department's so-called Global Engagement Center?
The State Department's Global Engagement Center is its name for a subsection of the State Department that through 3 administrations has been working to step on the hose of funding for conservative media organizations by working with private organizations, both funding them and giving them technology that rate news organizations for the riskiness or reliability and consistently give conservative media risky ratings.
So basically their scheme is to fund these organizations that rate conservative media so that funder or advertisers will not advertise with them. Is that kind of what they've been doing?
Exactly. That's to step on the funding hose so that conservative media outlets receive risky ratings. The advertising industry subscribes to these rating organizations, and they are shockingly funded by your tax dollars and mine to rate media as risky because it does not align with the views of the current administration.
This is tax dollar money, this is taxpayer money, public money going to these entities for essentially censorship. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and it gets worse because there are 3 enormous problems with this. The first and foremost is that it violates First Amendment rights of Americans to free speech and to a free and independent press. Secondly, the State Department is confined in its lawful activities to the management of foreign affairs. The State Department has nothing in its statutory remit of power to rate or otherwise be engaged with domestic news media. And finally, and significantly for Americans, this misuse of grant money and tools and technology on a widespread scale is illegal.
Illegal?
Yes, of course it's illegal. It's misappropriation of funds, government money.
But if it's illegal, how are they getting away with it? I mean, how is it that they've gotten away with it for 3 decades if it's illegal?
It's not necessarily 3 decades. This started in the Obama administration, went on...
Oh, 3 administrations, that's what you said, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 3 administrations. Started in the Obama administration. I don't think the people in the Trump administration even knew what was going on, and it flowered under the Biden administration. But it's been going on for a very long time. You cannot take government money and use it for these purposes that the State Department has no business interfering in at all. It's misappropriation of federal funds, and that's a crime. And this is one of the causes of action that we have brought in our complaint.
It's amazing to me then if that's the case as to how they can get away with it and who makes that decision and who is responsible. Is that what you're trying to ascertain?
Yes, and that's why we have sued several individuals in their official capacities who are responsible for this miscarriage of justice, a miscarriage of and violation of First Amendment rights to free speech and to the press, this misuse and misappropriation of government money, and this misuse of power in a department that has no power whatsoever to have any say in what the domestic American news media does.
Peggy Little, thank you so much for talking to us on One America News.
Thank you, John. Thank you for having me.
And President Biden.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.